Welcome to the library here at Keystone. Today we're going to be going over your cost of attendance worksheet. But first, enjoy this view from the back of the library. Okay, let's get upstairs and take a look at your cost of attendance worksheet. Cost of attendance is extremely important, and we want to make sure that the information you have is correct. That's why today I'm going to walk you through the cost of attendance worksheet, what everything means, and make sure that the numbers on your sheet match real life. What is cost of attendance? Well, cost of attendance is the total estimated expenses for a student attending a college for one academic year, just one. Total cost of attendance consists of both direct and indirect costs. It's very important to remember that this is an estimate. Direct costs, or direct expenses, are things like tuition, room and board, meal plan, and other fees like a deposit. So direct expenses are things that are going to Keystone College. You will be paying tuition to the Keystone College billing office. Same thing with room and board and your meal plan. Indirect expenses are things like transportation costs, books, personal expenses, and other miscellaneous expenses that a student may encounter throughout their college career. So indirect expenses are different from direct expenses because none of these go to Keystone College. They're just costs that you might have because you're a college student. Now we're going to finally take a look at your cost of attendance worksheet, but there's some important things to note first. First of all, your personal cost of attendance may be different from the numbers we use in this presentation. You can find those numbers on your financial aid award letter. The merit awards are based on your GPA. Pell Grants and federal aid are determined by completing the FAFSA, so make sure that you get that done. Pennsylvania state grants are only available to Pennsylvania residents, and federal work-study funds go directly to the student, not the college. Now remember, you can find all of your information in your financial aid award letter. So now we'll take a look at a financial aid award letter. So the important thing to look at is this section right here, scholarships and grants. You can see this student received a $2,000 presidential scholarship, $3,254 Keystone College grant, and remember, the total over here on the right, that means it's for the entire year. So this is a $500 Choosing Keystone Scholarship, a $500 Giants Forever Scholarship, and then in terms of federal aid, they received a federal Pell Grant of $7,395 for the year and a federal SEOG award of $1,000 for the year. Then this student was a Pennsylvania resident, so they received a PA State Grant of $5,260. Another important thing to look at is loans. This student will be taking out $3,500 in a direct subsidized loan, that's for the whole year, and a $2,000 direct unsubsidized loan. So in total, they'll be taking out $5,500 in loans. If you qualify for work study, it's good to note how much you'll be receiving for the year, but once again, this goes directly to the student, not the college. Now we have all of our financial aid information, so the cost of attendance worksheet should be very, very simple. Now we can go in, punch in all our numbers, and figure out how much it will cost to attend Keystone in the 2026-2027 school year. Here is the cost of attendance worksheet. Once you get in, you're going to want to look to the right side. This is where you'll input all the numbers on your grants, scholarships, and loans. Now, we just looked at the financial aid award letter, and we saw that this student received a presidential scholarship or merit scholarship of $2,000, so we'll punch that in. They also got a Giants Forever scholarship, a Choosing Keystone scholarship, and a Keystone grant, which all add up to $4,254 for the year. This student received a federal Pell Grant of $7,395 for the year, a federal SEOG grant of $1,000 for the year, and a Pennsylvania state grant of $5,260 for the year. When we add all of these numbers up, it brings us to $19,909. Quick note on outside grants and scholarships. While these are scholarships that neither Keystone nor the Pennsylvania or federal government provide, they're still useful. So if you get an outside scholarship, make sure to add it in here, and that'll help give us a better idea of what it's actually going to cost you to attend Keystone. Now we move on to loans. This student will have a direct subsidized loan of $3,500 for the year, and they'll have a direct unsubsidized loan of $2,000 for the year. That gives us a total of $5,500 for the year in terms of loans. Now, if we add the total amounts of grants and scholarships to the total amount of loans, we'll get the number here, which is total financial assistance. So that's $25,409. Then we can subtract that number from the total cost. As you can see here, you can switch between commuter and resident. We'll pick resident. And so when we take away the total financial assistance, $25,409, from the total charges, we're left with a balance of $7,006. So there you have it. Not too hard, right? Remember, these numbers are more than likely going to be different from the numbers that you'll be putting into your cost of attendance worksheet. So make sure to check your financial aid award letter to see what numbers you have to input into yours. Hopefully this video helped quite a bit, but if you still have any questions, reach out to our financial aid and admissions teams. You can call us at 570-945-8111, or you can email us at admissions@keystone.edu. See you soon, and congratulations on being accepted to Keystone.